Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Let's see what I have here. Live from the post-game reaction for Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors just blew out the Celtics in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. It was 107-88. Just give me 1 second while I share the show. We had a bunch of people in the comments talking about where's the live, where's the live, where's the live. The live is right here. So for those who thought that there was not going to be a live, I'm right here. So don't do that. Just because my team wins or loses, I'm always here. I'm always here. So let's not try to pretend, because y'all want us to lose so bad, like every inch, yo, every inch. It's like y'all go out here and y'all pray for the Celtics to lose. Y'all want them to lose that bad. Talk about where am I? I'm right here. Now what? Say something now. Lies what? Say something. Say something now, Manny. I'm right here. Now what? Yeah, Ziggy, tag them all. Tag them all. Ray Jarvis, everybody, tag them. I'm right here. I'm standing right here. Say something. My team is 3 wins away from a championship. Where's your team? But you still have to flap your gums and talk shit. I'm standing right here. And the only reason why there was possibly going to be no live is because there was nobody available to come on the live, which I clearly stated in the group chat. But you guys wanted a live, here I am. So now talk shit. I'm here. They lost. Come at the comments. I'm here. You want me to send? I'll send the link to you. Go ahead, because I know you want to talk. I'll send it right to you. People want to try and come at me. Yeah, I'll send the link to you. Go ahead. Put your ass up. Why do you want Peter on? I don't want Peter on. All he's going to do is talk about Kevin Durant. What the hell I want him on for? That's all he's going to do. What's the point? What's the point of that? So the Warriors bounced back in a heavy game. Jordan Poole finished with 17.6 to 14 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3, and 2 steals in Game 2. The Warriors tie up the series as we head to Boston on Wednesday. Yeah, wow, you're damn right. Yeah, haha. Thought it was funny. Yeah, it's true. So a lot of this we discussed heading into Game 2 was that the Warriors were going to tie this series up. Some of us are not surprised. I thought the Celtics could take a 2-0 lead. They had it up until halftime, but came in the third quarter. It really let the game get away from them. Careless turnovers, missing 3-pointers, not defending Steph Curry and allowing him to get loose, allowing Jordan Poole to get loose. Really wasn't the way the Celtics should be playing, considering, they should be playing like they're down 0-1, but we understand they get complacent, and these are the reasons why certain things do happen to them when they do. Give me 1 second. As I was saying, sorry about that. Draymond also as well. It looked like he was going to get ejected, but the referees kind of saved him on that last play. And the referees, as we know, do have that ability that they could have ejected him, but they did not. So by the third quarter, it seems like the game was out of control. It kind of got out of hand of the way of the Boston Celtics. So I have 2 people waiting to get in here. Let's see who we got. I also know there was a WWE pay-per-view tonight. I did not get to the pay-per-view yet. I was focused on game 2, but I will get to it at some point. Go ahead, talk.
Hey.
No, because it's what you want to do. No, because you want to talk and
Carl?
flap your gums. No, you want to
What's
talk and flap
going
your
on?
gums. No, because you want to talk and flap your gums because you wanted a loss. Go ahead. I wasn't going to have a
Flap
live.
my.
Here we are. I'm waiting because the consensus was that Carl wasn't going to have a live because his team lost. But meanwhile,
Carl,
I always have a
woe is me.
Say again?
The whole you bitching and complaining on live right now because we
I'm
were
not
like,
bitching and complaining.
Where were you? What?
I can't
you
hear
was
you.
quiet. You was quiet. You was
what does
quiet.
That say?
What
does that say? They got blown out.
And we was like, where was Carl? What were trying to say? Oh, it's like the way you're I got cooked.
Okay, we got cooked.
And you're over here crying.
Okay, the series is tied 1-1. We got cooked. What else do you want?
We want us to lose.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. What were you? Everybody crying for us to lose. Everybody wants us to lose.
It's true, because they do. Man, it's true.
Why is everybody going against Boston? We're in the finals.
I never said why is everybody going against Boston. That's not what I said. I said everybody wants us to lose. Like, you guys can't wait for us to lose. That's exactly what I said. And there's nothing wrong with me saying that because it's the truth. That's exactly what I said. Say again?
Oh, really?
Oh, really? What?
Because you're the only. Hold on, Carl. You're the only team that everybody's rooting against.
Of course, absolutely. It's always been like that since day one. Since day one, it's been like that. Since day one. Absolutely.
Day one.
Absolutely. I'm public enemy number one. We know that. Absolutely. There's no question about that. That's why you're here. That's why you're still here talking.
Yeah.
Because you're still here talking. Andres, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic, Carl. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. My team is still 1-1. Like, I don't understand.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that the series is not over after 2 games?
No, it's not over. It's 1-1. But people are acting like it's over. You know what they told me? They said, oh, there's going to be no live tonight. And do you know the reason why there was no live is because, again, the team that was supposed to go on live couldn't make it tonight. This is why I didn't have it. But they wanted a live. Here I am. Because they thought that the Celtics lost is why I didn't have a live. Here I am. What?
This shit is funny. Carl, help me out here. You know,
that's why you have reserves.
I know you're not a stats guy, but
that's why you have reserves.
How many teams in the 2022 NBA playoffs got swept?
Oh, I think there's only one. If I'm not mistaken.
One.
Oh, interesting.
This is true.
And it's my team. But let me ask you a question, Andres. Where the fuck is your team again? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Your team's in Cancun with us. You continue to run this whole narrative. Oh, the Nets got swept. My team got swept. But at the end of the day, you're still in Cancun with us.
Your team got 2 top 20.
Your
team got 2 top 20 players and the supposed best player in the world and couldn't win a single game.
That's what
a single game, bro.
Care about?
A single game, bro. I'm not asking you to win a series. A single game, bro.
And that's great.
Single game.
And I had to deal with
it. That's not great. That's sad.
Presto, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This whole thing is go ahead, get it off your chest. Because at the end of the day, are the Miami Heat in the finals?
Don't know.
No, they're not. So what is the point?
Do you see me talking shit?
So you got to the Eastern Conference? You got to the Eastern Conference Finals for what? For what? What is the goal?
Do you see me talking shit?
What is the?
Do you see me talking?
What is the end goal?
Do you see?
Andre,
do you see?
what's the end goal?
I'm starting like. Do you see me talking shit?
What is the end goal? Yes, you are talking shit. You've been talking shit all this time. Shit. But let me guess. I'm not talking sarcasm. Shit. Andre, what is the end goal?
You're mad. You're so mad.
Make the finals and win the finals. No. Yes or no?
The final. No. The end goal.
I'm asking you a simple question.
The end goal is to win the finals. Yeah. Did your team win a game?
So
I'm not asking you if they won the finals. Did your team win a game? How are you gonna talk shit when your team? How do you talk shit when your team didn't win a single game? A single game, bro. I'm not asking you to win 2 games, 3 games, win one on the road. I'm asking you to win a single game, bro. You got the best player in the world, supposedly. The man that can turn water into wine. You still had the same result. You got Kyrie Irving, the most skilled point guard of all time, better than Steph Curry, better than everyone in the history of the sport of the NBA. And you couldn't win a single game, dog.
Okay. Ew. So are we going to talk about the finals, or we're going to sit here and talk about the Nets?
Yeah, you're still in Cancun with us.
Okay. Well, so Andres, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about game 2?
I'm over here trying to talk. But you can continue bringing up us getting swept. That's fine.
The Nets didn't win a single game. Anywho, I think Coach Udoka for game 3. What you want to talk about game 2 or what?
Game 2. Game 2.
Oof. I mean, the Warriors didn't do anything different compared to the first game. The only thing they did switch that I noticed was they put Horford on Clay and Draymond on Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen got it started early, but then he couldn't follow up. Honestly, I don't think any of the Celtics had a good game except for probably Tatum. But the shots that Tatum was taking was the same ones that he took in game 1. The only difference is in this game they actually went through the hoop. Marcus Smart, non-existent. Al Horford, non-existent. Robert Williams, non-existent. I mean, it was just a bad game. And then the Zebras, man. The Zebras wanted to steal the show tonight. When they went to the arena and they thought it was their game. It was really fucking bad. I mean, that Jaylen Brown second foul call was disgusting. Draymond should have had his second tech, but Grant Williams had 2 fouls early. Tatum had 2 fouls early. Jaylen Brown had 2 fouls early. Obviously, you're not going to blame the referees because you're a Celtics fan and shit, and you don't really talk about referees. But, man, the Zebras were fucking excuse my French, but the Zebras were fucking terrible. Tonight,
you know what, though? I honestly thought that Draymond call, I get it. He should have been ejected. But given that, the pace of the game and the dictation of the game, were they going to kick him out of the game because of that? They could have called a double
obviously
tech.
No. Politics.
Yeah, politics. They were not going to do that. I mean, but he should have.
I'm not saying
by the book he should have been ejected. No, by the book he should have been ejected. But he wasn't. So I mean, listen, it is what it is. But at the point in the third quarter, the game had already got away from the Celtics. I mean,
it was a 2-point lead. No, it was a 6-point game. And then all hell broke loose. So Draymond not being there changes a lot.
It does, but I'm not going to deal with that situation. I'm going to deal with what happened. And again, going into the third quarter, they were down 2 points.
Marcus Smart was a non-factor. What else?
Marcus Smart, Al Horford, I believe, didn't take his first shot until the second half. He didn't take a shot. I don't think.
Yeah, but a lot of people, that's the problem with a lot of NBA fans. They're saying that Al Horford had a bad game. He did have a bad game. He just wasn't getting the looks that he was getting in the first game. You know what I'm saying? Derek White had a couple good looks. I mean, everything that went bad for the Celtics that had to go bad went bad for them because Steph found the groove. That's the other thing, Carl. Steph found his groove in game 1. Which is what the Celtics game plan was. The Celtics game plan in game 1 was to blitz Steph in the fourth, and in the first half, let him do whatever he wants. Yeah. This game, Steph was like, all right, you know what? They're going to blitz me. Let me save myself for the third quarter. And then in the third quarter, Steph came up, and he was like, all right, let's play ball. And he had, I think 15, 16 points in the third quarter. And then Jordan Poole had that 3-pointer, not the one from half court, the one previous to that. And like I said, it was a 6-point game after Tatum hit that 3. It was 68-62, and then the Warriors went on an 11-0 run. But like I said, the referees didn't call anything in game 1. In game 2, it was really bad. I'm not, like I said, I love conspiracy theories and I'm not one about referees, but man, the first quarter itself took 30 minutes. The game started at 8:15. The first quarter ended at 8:42.
Manny, are you still there? Can we hear you? Not sure if he's still here to join us. Celtics did have a lot of terrible turnovers in the game early on. I believe they had like 7 after the first quarter, or maybe it was the first.
Can I talk for once, or am I going to continue being reminded about us getting swept in the first? You hear me? Yes or no?
No, we couldn't hear you before that. We kept trying to go to you and we couldn't hear you. That's why I said, Manny, are you here to join us? And you didn't answer me. So don't do that. I literally asked Manny, are you still here? Can you join us? And you didn't answer. So now
I'm literally here. First off, y'all were talking. I'm not going to interrupt y'all.
But then I said, Manny, are you still here? And did I not say, Manny, is he still here? And he didn't answer me. And then he comes back in and saying, oh, we're going to let him talk.
I mean, yeah, because the moment I'm going to speak, I'm going to be reminded of us getting swept because we're talking about that.
I talking about that. Yo, bro, oh my goodness.
Are you the one talking about it though, Carl? Or was it the Heat fan down below?
Bro, I literally just gave you the alley to speak. Are you here to talk about game 2? Can you do that?
Can I talk about it now?
Please, by all means.
Okay. Did you not say in the pregame before tonight, the biggest word is what? Adjustments, correct?
I did say that. Yes, I did. Adjustments is always the key word. Yes.
Steve Kerr did some adjustments compared to what he did last game 1. But one thing I could say is it's only game 2. You took 1. Now you're back home. Now, if y'all take both games, guess what? You could breathe a sigh of relief, even though everybody's still going to pray for you to lose. But one thing I could say is, and I said this before, you're going to be joined up on Wednesday. All the role play pretty much immaculate. Not perfect, but damn near perfect. Because not everybody is what's gonna happen.
I'm losing him again.
Don't worry.
Everybody passed. Despite Jason Tatum shooting bad, but he was hitting his shots, but not everybody else.
Can you say that one more time again?
Yes, no.
I can hear you better now. Can you say that one more time?
I'm talking like. No, what I was saying was it's the adjustments.
Right, I heard that part, but you said that they're going home. Yeah.
You're going home with a tied up. You can easily take game 1, game 2. You can take game 3 or game 4. You can take both games at home, one game at a time. You went to Golden State and took the first game. That's all you needed to do at the end of the day. Is it not? Because if you were down 2-0 going home, then that's a problem. But you took the first game. You punched them in the mouth. The way you guys played in game 1, your role players specifically, they need to play like that going into game 3. Obviously, tonight, adjustments were made. Steve Kerr wasn't playing around like you guys had discussed on Wednesday. So
I disagree.
What do you mean? Go ahead, enlighten us, Andres.
No, finish your point, but I disagree with what you said.
No, my point is done already. Go ahead.
No, you're gonna finish your point, and then I'm gonna talk.
My point is done. Continue.
I don't think the Warriors made any adjustments. The Warriors shot 15 of 37 from 3. You know what the Celtics shot from 3?
What?
15 of 37. The Warriors made 9 more shots than the Celtics did, and
we just
attempted
didn't make
6
our
more shots.
Yeah, it's just like we tried to keep pace with them. We did up until the first half, and then the second half, they just started making shots, and we weren't. That's what
the reason why the Warriors won this game was because of Steph Curry, not because of no damn adjustments. The Warriors and the Celtics shot the same percent from 3. The Celtics attempted 6 less shots than the Warriors did. I mean, like I said before, and like Manny said, the the Celtics role players didn't show up, but like that wasn't like due to like any adjustments. It's just like I said, they shot the same percent from three. One team just had Stephon, and then the other team just didn't.
Not only that,
It's hard
Jordan
to go.
Poole had 17 too as well, and he showed
Man,
up.
that was a fake ass. That was a fake.
Wasn't he a
points,
minus
man. Don't do
16?
that. Don't
Wasn't
do
he
that.
like minus 16 game one?
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
was
Jordan
minus,
Poole? Yeah.
Yeah, he was
And he needed to step up. And what did he do? He stepped
He
up.
just he hit 2 threes, man. Come on.
But you just said he had 18 points. So
We
hitting
got
2
Ziggs in
threes
the
is what?
we got Ziggs in the
it was a
comments.
fake.
Yeah.
It was a fake 18, bro. It was a fake 18. It's
You
not
guys,
really.
Ziggs in the
How did he
comments.
make
He says, I agree with Andre's word. Played harder on the defensive end. Steph led the way. The others for the Celtics were cash for tonight. That's what it came down to. The others played well, and the others made up for Jason Tatum's lack of scoring in game one. This game, Jason Tatum showed up. He still needed
Nobody
his
else
others to
did.
help him out, and nobody else did. So that's what it really came down to.
But that's what makes
What it came
dangerous.
down to was Steph versus the Celtics role players, because in the third quarter, Tatum hit a 3 to make it a 6-point game, and then Steph said, "Okay, I'll one up you." And then when Steph got hot in that quarter, there was no stopping him. Like they threw different players at him, and he was just on one. So
And the other thing
going
too
into
is, I guess you can say in terms of an adjustment, really was an adjustment. Draymond played his game. He got physical. He got in the Celtics.
he's a psychopath, bro.
Right.
He's a
He got in their players' faces.
He needs to be in the WWE. Let me tell you.
He got in the players' faces. He got underneath their skin. He did what he does best. He started talking. You saw him whenever players got tied up, he was flailing arms back and forth. He was doing what he does best. He was being Draymond. It was getting frustrating.
Especially
like
with Grant Williams.
And what did Al Horford
Grant Williams?
Al Horford said he's gonna do that all game. Stay here. Stay locked in. Because everyone knows who Draymond is as a player. You know what's funny, Carl? So I don't know if you saw the soundbite, Manny. Maybe you guys did, but there was a soundbite that Draymond called Grant Williams a bozo like 3 or 4 times, and it's funny because Grant's idol is Draymond. So, like the way that it's funny.
Yeah, Draymond played his game. That's what he does. That's what he's there for. Like he's basically like watching him, like not skill wise, but in terms of annoyance. He's basically what Dennis Rodman used to do. Dennis Rodman used to do the same exact shit, where basically, again, you have a jump ball. He's basically tying his arms into the other player's arms. He's basically in their ear. He's basically, taking the charge. Like, he gets annoying and he's doing his job. And again, you could see that in game 2. So it really
Dennis Rodman got with Tony Braxton, bro. He's forever a legend in my book.
Kevin, don't forget Kevin Garnett got in your head too.
Yeah, he did.
When you played him.
That's what they do. So I think that was a big difference maker. Andres, keys to game 3 here on Wednesday, heading to Boston for game 3.
Steve Kerr has not played a coach yet that makes adjustments the way Coach Udoka does. So, number 1, I mean this in the most blunt way possible. Daniel Tice should not play a single minute the rest of the series. Like 0, like nada. I understand Al Horford is 36. He needs his rest. He needs his breather. But Daniel Tice, please, should not play a single minute in this series. And then another adjustment the Celtics need to make is to go back to the book for game 1. Find a way to get the role players open. Live and die with their shots. Coach Udoka said it before game 7 against the Bucks. Grant, Williams, they're gonna leave you open. You're gonna take that shot every single fucking time. I want you to take that shot. So for game 3, the Celtics role players need to find a way to get open. Excuse me. Take care of the ball, number 2. I don't think people realize this, but like turnovers is a fundamental part about basketball, and people really don't discuss it when talking about players that are good about taking care of the ball. The Celtics took care of the ball very well in game 1, and in game 2, Jalen looked lost. Smart looked lost. Tatum outside of his shooting looked lost. Like I said, everyone in the Celtics outside of Tatum really didn't have like a good game like at all. Peyton Pritchard, Carl, I will say that he plays with a lot of heart, and he should like they should get his minutes. I will say Horford and Tatum need to match Steph and Draymond's minutes on the court. And that's one thing I will say, because the way they keep up with each other at the pace of the game, if you guys like basketball, right, and you guys watch the ball the whole time, Like there's something more you have to watch. Look at the off ball. When Tatum doesn't have the ball in his hands, look at what he does. When Steph is a bad example because we all know what Steph does when he doesn't have the ball in his hands. Look at Draymond. Look at Smart. Like look at basketball from another perspective and not just putting the ball in the hoop. Look at what these guys do off the ball. Look at the way Derek White cuts and then goes to the three. Look at the way guys penetrate to the cup and then kick it out. Like look at the other aspects. It's not just putting the ball in the hoop. You got to be able to move off ball. Steph is one of the greatest players of all time because he can do the things that he does and he can be off ball. Like it's not easy walking, running, jogging for 45 minutes, especially in the finals game like this. And number 3, people are going to cut my ass for this because I don't think anything, but home court. It's the first finals game at TD Garden in 10 years. That place needs to like fall down, like literally. Like the Warriors can't hear themselves communicate. That place needs to be loud as fuck if the Celtics want to continue, like Manny said, have home court. And to conclude my point, the Celtics did their job. They took one game. That whole feel-out game shit is bullshit. It's bullshit. Like, you play every finals game matter from game 1 to game 7, period. There's no such thing as a feel-out game. So the Celtics did what they needed to do, win one on the road. Let's go to TD Garden and get 2. Simple, like Manny said.
Peter here in the comments says Draymond is a 6'8" Pat Beverly. And then James says the Celtics have no back-to-back losses in the playoffs. They must protect the house.
Yeah, the Celtics are 6-0.
Yeah. Manny, what are your thoughts? What would be, I guess, the best word in the playoffs we all love to use, adjustments for game 3?
Yeah, the sports hit list found out about that word this year, man.
They lose.
Basically, Al Horford needs to step up. He hasn't shown up since getting to the finals. Yeah, Andre said that he does other things besides put the ball in the hoop. We understand that, but this is your first time in the finals, and you're not even showing the Al Horford that you have been for the past couple series that you've been going to get to the finals.
I mean, he did not
this season.
Didn't he show up?
He was the best player in game 1.
How much he had on game 1?
Yeah, 26.
26
6
and
6 3-pointers.
My bad. I thought it was the last game. My bad. I would say I was thinking of the previous series. That's why. But I would just say this: try to do what you guys did game 1. So, to an extent, I would say. But for the Warriors, if I was them, I would be out for blood and literally get revenge back for losing game 1. That's what it is at the end of the day. And Kerr can make some adjustments. The only thing that's shaky right now is Klay Thompson.
He's not shaky. This is who he is, bro. He stinks. He reeks of shit. I don't know how many times I have to say it. This is who he is, bro. This is who he is. He can't do anything because he can't create his own shot.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the others definitely have to show up. I think a little bit of everything from everyone. Again, you get 10 points here, you get 10 points here, you get 12 points here. It's not asking for much collectively. And
Carl,
I think, and again,
Carl, why does Chris Middleton always kill the Celtics?
Well, he can create his own shot. Like Chris Middleton could stop.
Because
he can.
Why can't Klay Thompson do the same thing that Chris Middleton does?
I can't answer that.
Game.
I can't answer that. I mean, Klay comes off screens, and like he's able to shoot when he's coming off screens. That's probably his best at his game when you watch.
It was like 6 years ago. I don't mean to get political, but I'm gonna say this.
The
like
man
6 years ago,
so many injuries.
Someone made a joke onto. The game is the game, bro. Paul George broke his leg and came back a better player. I don't want to hear the injury excuse.
And still hasn't done anything.
Oh, here we go. You guys, this is crazy. I'm not doing this today.
I mean, Klay Thompson suffered 2 injuries, missing almost 3 years. And it's coming back. You expect it to be exactly the same Klay as previous?
What?
How many times have you seen players be the exact same player after missing years and years? Kevin Durant literally is the only exception at this point.
Paul George broke his
what are we
leg
doing?
and became back a better player, bro.
And
but as I was saying,
yet to go anywhere.
What do you mean, bro? They were literally
what?
They
didn't get to the finals. Klay Thompson's in the finals now.
God.
Right?
This is what happens. This is what happens when.
Carl, no. Let me just say something. Like 6 years ago, someone made a tweet that said Klay Thompson dribbles like a Republican.
Listen, I understand the the assessment of Klay's game, right? We've seen a lot. We've seen the good side of Klay. We've seen the bad side of Klay. The one thing I will say
there
is
is no good side, bro.
let me say this though: every player bounces back differently from injuries. That's all I'll say. I'll put it out there. I've seen players who are able to bounce back and healthy-wise and able to have a better career. But to have two and to have an ACL and then a torn Achilles and be able to like players bounce back. Like I can't sit here and say everyone's body's the same exact way. I can't sit here and say that. So everyone's body.
Well, that's
like
what
Kevin,
I'm saying.
Like he's not Kevin Durant. He's not Paul George. Kudos to them from being able to bounce back from their catastrophic injuries. I mean, like perfect example is Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward was a 20-point scorer before his injury in Boston in the first game of the season. I believe it was 2017. Or it was 2017.
2018 season.
Yeah, well, 2017. Yeah, 2017. He gets hurt. And he's probably the never same player again. So I think again, everyone's body's different. Everyone's body.
By the way,
is completely different.
I don't mean to be rude. But that was the best thing that could have happened to the Celtics because that kick-started Tatum's career.
Correct. Right.
Yes or no?
No, you're right. Absolutely. It gave Jason Tatum and Brown more minutes, and it started, their careers. Yes, sir. Iona. We already know those vibes.
The only thing I gotta say.
That's what I'm gonna say is again, everyone's body responds to a different injury and how they respond to injuries completely different than others.
Understood. But the thing is, Andres acts like everybody in Sports Hit List or whatever is calling Klay Thompson some type of superstar.
Yes, you guys do, bro. Yes, you guys do.
Who say he's a superstar? So he's top 10 in the league, right? Top 15.
Everyone in the Sports Hit List thinks that Klay Thompson is something he's not, and it's enough. Every single paycheck that Klay Thompson has needs to go to Steph Curry for the next 2.5 years while his max contract is still there. But Carl, I will say this. If the Warriors want to win this series, they need someone else outside of Steph to show up. Like Steph is going to get his numbers or whatever. We know what Steph is going to do. Who's going to step up for them? Tonight, they didn't have a lot of people step up. It was like little contributions. Andrew Wiggins couldn't finish at the rim tonight. Klay Thompson, we already spoke about him. Draymond Green can't shoot at all. Jordan Poole had his little 3-point pool party in the third quarter. Gary Payton looked really. 18. I'm not gonna say Gary Payton looked really good, but like he gave for his first game in a month, he looked good enough. Looked solid.
He looked good enough.
Otto Porter Jr. hit a couple threes. Steve Kerr. This is the reason why the Warriors lost Game 7 of the finals back in 2016 was because of the rotations. Like Steve Kerr needs to be a man and cut that shit to like 8-9 players because playing 10 players in the NBA Finals is not going to do you any justice. So if the Warriors want to win the series, someone outside of Steph needs to show up. If the Celtics want to win the series, Coach Udoka has been adjusting perfectly after every loss. I don't think it's a coincidence that he's 6-0, but the my turn, your turn offense has to show up. Tatum and Jalen have been doing the my turn, your turn offense all postseason. Keep it going. And eventually, one of them is going to get hot. In Game 1, Jalen was the one that's hot. Tatum was creating, and he was deferring to Brown. In Game 2, Tatum got hot, and Jaylen Brown was trying to create his own shot when it wasn't there. Draymond did a very, very good job on Jalen defensively. I don't think people saw that Draymond was the one guarding him. I know people like to talk shit about Draymond, make the memes, hit the backpack memes, whatever, but defensively, he's still that guy. So Draymond is anchoring that entire defense, and it shows game to game.
Eddie,
so
he had 28. What are you talking about?
Who?
Eddie's like, you said Tatum had a great game. He had 28.
Tatum was the only player that did something on the court tonight for the Celtics. What?
What are you talking about? Jalen had 20. Jaylen Brown had 13 in the first.
We're not talking about last game. We're talking about now. We're talking about
this game.
Pay attention.
Yeah. How much did Jalen?
He's just, bro.
He had
the same way
in the first quarter.
Jalen, I think he had.
Yeah, he went off today too. It wasn't.
What are we talking? What are you talking about? We're talking about this game. We're not talking about last game, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
He's being insecure about Tatum the same way he is about Steph with LeBron since he likes Luka now.
We got people in the comments saying that Klay is a star, not a superstar. Also talking about how did he drop, I guess, how many points they say he dropped in the quarter. How is he not a superstar?
I don't care, bro. I don't care. None of that shit is moving me. I don't care.
The thing is, though, how can you say Jordan Poole stepped up? You can't say he had a fake 18. You take out his 18 points.
18.
He still, I don't get that whole fake 18, but he still scored 17 points. I don't think that's fake. Still has 17 points.
You hit 2 threes, and then all of a sudden you drop 18 points in a finals game because you didn't do nothing. Game 1, he stepped up game 2, and somehow it's fake. What are we doing here?
Yeah, it was 37
Every point matters.
I mean, listen, again, Andres has his own views, which I don't disagree. I disagree with at times. The Clay argument, I don't think Clay is completely trash. I wouldn't say he's a
superstar.
Well, hey, listen.
All-star.
If you make the NBA, you have to be good for something. So I didn't say he's trash.
No, but your assessment of his game, but the assessment of his game is saying
Jordan Poole had 9 points in the third quarter, and the other 9 was when they were up by 30. That's called a fake 17 points. Thank you.
So when the team is up more than the points that they score, it doesn't
more than 25. Absolutely. Why do you think Klay Thompson was still in the game with like 5 minutes remaining? Because he was still trying to find a shot, and that bum missed like 3 straight shots, 4 of 19. But look at the Warriors. Look at this, Carl. Look at this. Look at this. Draymond Green, 2 of 3. Steph, 9 of 21. Andrew Wiggins, 4 of 12. Klay Thompson, 4 of 19. Kevon Looney, another player that showed up tonight. Kevon Looney did really well. Gary Payton, 3 of 3. Jordan Poole, 6 of 14. Like I said, if the Warriors want to win this finals, they need someone else outside of Steph to show up. The difference between the Boston Celtics and the Warriors is that the Warriors defense is good because of Draymond. The Celtics have like 7 players on their team that can defend 1 through 5. So it's not going to be sweet. If the Celtics find a way to stop Steph, right, and let Klay Thompson do whatever he wants, it's going to look scary. Steph is going to get whatever he wants because he's Steph Curry and he's a top 10 player of all time. But someone outside of Steph has to create their own shot if the Warriors going to have a chance. That's what I'm saying. People that are picking the Warriors are only picking the Warriors because they hate the Celtics. They're not analyzing basketball, period. Sorry.
All right, man. Any final thoughts?
I just say the way this series is looking, I want 7 games.
I don't.
I want 7, but I want the Warriors, of course. But I would just say I'm looking forward to Game 3 because I know a lot of people have said Game 3 is more important. Nobody really cared about Game 2 in a way because it's like if the Warriors would have lost today, being up 2-0 going to the TD Garden, that's tough. But Game 3 is going to be interesting.
To play devil's advocate, a lot of people have said that the Celtics are bad at home this postseason. So Carl has said it too. So
yeah, they get a little bit complacent. Like that's like when the Celtics play bad, they just get complacent. And like it's the turnovers for me. It's just careless turnovers. Yeah. I don't want to say that they're bored, but they just like Ime really gets on their ass though. Like you could tell, like going to the bench, and he's really.
I've never seen Coach Ime be upset the way he was today when he picked up that tech. I wanted to, like, I wish I could read lips, man. You know how much better the NBA would be if we could read lips, like the lip syncing thing?
Why don't you just mic up the coaches?
No, but you know what, Andres? One day you'll be working the sideline and you'll be able to hear everything they're saying. Trust me. When you work the sideline, you'll be able to hear every stomp. You'll be able to hear all the shit they're saying. You'll be able to, like,
squeak of the shoes.
The squeak of the shoes. I used to have this coach at St. Francis. Like, he used to, like, Coach Nash. His foot, he used to smack his foot every single time on the ground. Like, every time you heard it, it basically ricocheted in my earpiece every time he did it. So you'll be able to hear everything they say. But again, as long as the Celtics don't turn the ball over, and as you say, they play collectively as a team, and one of the others steps up to help Jason and Jalen, they should be fine. And you're right, Clay is struggling. Clay is struggling. He's not the same coming back from his injury. So is he going to have that breakout Game 6 Clay game? We have yet to see. So we'll see.
They need that. Nah, but he'll probably drop.
Andres doesn't believe it.
A fake 15.
Oh my god, bro!
A fake 15. He's gonna drop 15 points in the second quarter, and then the Warriors win somehow. Those 15 points in the second quarter is gonna be fake.
And then he's gonna score 4 points for the rest of the game because that's who he is as a player. He stinks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's okay, Peter. They pay you to say that. It's all good. Warriors in 6. Copy that, bro.
Listen, in the third quarter, hold on. Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson, the Warriors' number 2 and number 3 scorers, are a combined 12 of 36 shooting through 6 quarters and a half. Like I said, this shit is not sweet. The Celtics defense is not sweet. If we would have beaten the Celtics, this finals would have been a breeze. The Celtics are, you know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give the Warriors another game. The Celtics are winning the series in 6. They're gonna take Game 3. Take Game 4, lose Game 5, and then win Game 6. And the Celtics will be the. The Celtics are going to win game 3, win game 4, lose game 5, and win game 6.
So the Celtics are winning the next 2 at home.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not an opinion. That's a spoiler. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Be sure to tune into all the Sports Hit List content. Starting tomorrow, we are back with Smoke and Mirrors. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. We are back on Tuesday with the Fan Zone. Unfortunately, loyal to the E is the season's over. You got, excuse me, you got Chirp and Chat. We are in the conference finals. The Colorado Avalanche are 1 game away from the Stanley Cup Finals. The Rangers are up 2-1 in their series. You got, like I said, back with the Fan Zone at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, excuse me. Then on Wednesday, you got Sports Mania with Jordan and I. On Thursday, you got the B Show with the First Lady, Dev Voltaire Coulange. Then you got High Velocity at 7:30. There's 11 or 12 shows on the Sports Hit List. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Pick a sport. We cover all of them. And if you don't like sports, you can watch the Master Joe documentary live now on YouTube, presented by the executive producer, Mr. Carl Coulange. Congrats, my boy.
There it is. I don't need to have a closing. He said it. That's it. That's it, Manny. That's it, bro.
Reason 6.
That's
Go
it. You guys
Rangers.
have a good night. Thank you, Andres. That's it. Have a good night.